Hello everyone and welcome to section 3 of this course. First of all, I want to congratulate all of you for coming this far. It was not an easy task to finish section 1 and section 2. In section 1, we introduced all the concepts that we're going to use and start building on a toy example to understand them. In section 2, we introduced the concept and the project that we're going to build through section 2 and throughout section 3. Section 2 was all about the data pipeline. So we started by introducing the dataset ETL, building, understanding, and checking the data source. And at the end, we have our feature engineered dataset ready to go to train our model. Now in section 3, we'll continue building on top of that. We'll train our model, evaluate the model, tune it, and finally deploy it to cloud. So by the end of section 3, this section that you're currently listening, you will have your model deployed on GCP or Google Cloud provider. So when you send a request, you will have something like this. We send the data and we retrieve the prediction. So this is actually a real model in production retrieving the predictions. Now this is all random, so we don't know what's going to happen or which prediction we're going to get. Now this is the link that I'm currently calling. So this is from GCP, so it's not local deployed, it's on the cloud. And if you're watching this in the far future, this link might be destroyed, but I will keep it running for a short period in the future so you can test it out with my link as well. Now, by the end of this very section, you will have your own link that looks something like this that you can connect to any application, such as mobile application or a web app, or just anything that you might want. Now, this is an API that can be attached to basically anything that you want to build. Okay, so let's get building. The first component that we need to build is model training. So I know that you have all the skills necessary to build these components from now on. So what I want you to try, or I want to challenge you in this section, is before start and watching the whole video with me and coding along, I want you to try to build these components by yourself. Try, fail, run as many times as you need, but try to build them by yourself. And just if necessary, go back to this video and then you will find more information if or where you failed. Okay? So try to challenge yourself and start building this component by yourself. Now, if you need any help, come back to the next video where I'm going to walk you through the solution. And that's going to be structure of all the videos or all components in this section. I'm going to introduce the component and what you need to do. And then in the video following that one, I'm going to walk you through the solution that I have. Okay, so the model training, as any MLflow component, has conda.yaml, ML project. All of that is already implemented for you, so you don't have to change it. And the model training.py is where all the code that you need to add will go. So of course, replace this with your name. This is my name of the project. And of course, your URL, this is my URL or account name. And the rest can stay the same. In the model training or train model function will be the most thing that you need to do. First, you need to initialize XGBoost model with metrics such as log loss. And you need to use a label encoder to false. So you need to initialize it like that, start training it, and then make predictions on the test set. Now, I want you to calculate the metrics and store all of that in the dictionary format, like accuracy like this, okay? But you need to define these variables, and you need to calculate these variables with the predictions that you got from the model. Then I need you to create signature for the model. Okay, so signature is really, really important when we start deploying the model later on. So you need to infer the signature, which means to understand what is the structure of the model itself. And that's what will be happening with the function already imported, infer signature. Now, the documentation for that, link to documentation, is in the description of this video. So if you need help, please refer to that link. Then in the main part of the code, you need to log the parameters as well as metrics, okay? Then you need to save the model to file and use it there and later log that model to weights and biases and MLflow. Finally, as a challenge to understand MLflow logging of the model, I want you to log the model using this XGBoost.log model. It will accept 5 parameters, and you can read about it in their documentation. So that's basically what we need to do right now. Now, I have this server running. This is the server, and you see that there are 2 models, XGBoost baseline and production model. To go and run this MLflow server, the command for that will be in the description of this video. But just as a quick note, this is the command that you need to run. MLflow server like this. Okay, exactly like this. Now, make sure to be in the section 3 folder. So not exercises, not solution, but just section 3, and then run this server command. The reason for that is if you ran different models or different exercises and different components from themselves, they won't be shared between the components. So we want to share this model with component number 2, 3, and 4. So that's why we needed to run from the top or from the root for this current section, and we can share this model between the sections as well.
Now make sure to check out these videos on the right or the full course in the description to continue your learning, and I look forward to seeing you there.